Well, good morning, everybody. What's going on? Sayuru, how are you? Good morning to you. Sylvain, what's happening? Good morning to you. Hello, hello, hello. Okie dokie. Hey, what's going on, Adam? Hello, hello, hello. John, hello to you. Hello, hello. So, I've got a short show because I'm actually in the middle of working on this crazy video that I'm working on. But I didn't want to just blow everybody off. So we're going to hang out for a moment. And let me see what else I can do. There we go. Taking care of a little bit of business. So I want to make sure that for those of you that actually set aside time on your Saturday, I want to honor that. And so the idea is that what I want to get you guys to do here, one of the great things about having the opportunity, I had this left over from last week where we kind of went through all of this business here with these scale degree numbers. And one of the things that I want to bestow upon you, let me see if I can find the handy dandy C major scale. There we go. Is the idea of what I would refer to as internal intervals. And where those matter is, come on, there we go. Being able to walk up a scale with a little less volume there, internally recognize the individual intervals as they kind of fall. Including fourths and fifths. Because so much of the time we spend playing neighbor notes, but and the idea of being able to take that major scale and starting off with just seconds. Thirds. Fourths. Fifths. And this is where it gets a little tiny bit hairy because we have to learn to recognize these intervals across it. Because we're used to playing fifth. Usually on neighboring strings. Same thing with sixths. That now, I mean, instantly we're skipping a string there, but then we're on to neighbor strings when we get to the three. Sorry. Then sevenths. Sorry. Oh, sorry. And those are kind of nasty little buggers, but the thing about them, if you can kind of they're a nice way to kind of get your octave. And the thing about all this, if we move to the key of G, get rid of all that little business right there. So, hold on. There we go. If we learn to take those ideas and be able to take them sorry, not with the minor seventh there, but the idea. Adjacent stuff. You get used to thinking more. Start incorporating open strings. We were doing some of that. What was the rush thing? Whatever it was. You can take thirds, key of E. And then that same place you play the thirds, you play fifths. He's toggling. And mixing those intervals. Uh-oh, that's never good. The wife is messaging me. There must be some sort of problem. My vocal mic is soft compared to my guitar. I'm too hot in the room. Sorry about that. How's that now? Okie dokie. All right, hang on a second. Let me get down in the chat. Albert, good morning. No candy for me, I'm afraid. Nandini, hello, hello, hello. Digital Viper, hello, hello. Awesome, awesome. A little sleep deprived, no doubt about it. What's going on, Headstock? Mini humbucker in the neck, it is indeed. Mini humbucker. Mini humbucker in combination with the saturator. Saturator on its own. Middle position pickup. Usually sound like poo-poo, but that sounds great. Number 2 position. And that's the noiseless P90 and the saturator. Yeah. Okay. Well, Bobby Valdez, always a pleasure. Shred, what's happening? Breakfast burrito and having some Pete's. Artie Lark, good morning. Pleasure to see all you. Okay, look, it's going to be a short show today, so my apologies. But what I want to do, again, is get you thinking about how do you play notes that aren't next door to each other. A great question. Do I personally find it easier to play on a Gibson scale for those of you that are seeing this on a mobile device? Easier to play on a Gibson scale versus a Fender scale. Tell me the truth now. Don't make me come over there. Bobby, throwing down unless Melissa has breakfast ready with loads of coffee. So the interesting thing about all of that is as follows. I guess you're going to make me pick up a Strat. So hang on a second. So the thing about Fender scale is that it is as we've talked about in recent times, the tension and the tremolo, I'm getting used to the old Strat. I spend enough time toggling between the two instruments, the two scales, that at this point I'm pretty comfortable. And when I feel like a Strat, or something that is Fender scale, it's just kind of. I think really what it comes down to, because if Nandini is still hanging out here, wait, Riley, what's going on, my man? I've been missing you. How you doing? Well, happy birthday, my man. Worst birthday renditions I've done, but you know what? Happy 16th birthday, dude. Make it a great year. So much life ahead of you. the thing about the tactile side of it is when you get used to the feel of a particular instrument, I think what happens is you just pick it up and you're going to go, oh, this is the road home, right? It doesn't always come together. But the thing is if you just kind of have a certain familiarity, I think each one of the instruments draws something different out of me. I think I'm gravitating towards the Gibson scale simply because, and that's after decades of playing Fender scale instruments. It's a great question. Get in there. But the idea is there's something about, well, to tell you the truth, everything except for the scale on this guitar is kind of like a hybrid Strat, right? I mean, I'm really trying to make it sound like... sound like a Strat, feel like a Strat. But it's not a Strat. So to answer that question, I don't know. On your way to see Zakk Wylde. Now wait a second. So you guys are related because Brett, as I recall, is up in Sacramento and you were down in Santa Cruz or Carmel. So, you know, the funny thing is I looked at the last name and I was like, well, welcome to the family officially. Brett is a dear friend, but you probably knew that, gosh darn it. So again, happy birthday, happy 16th. That is awesome. Awesome. Enjoy Zakk indeed. By the way, a very helpful topic, expand your soloing repertoire, especially if you feel stuck. That's awesome. That's so cool. Hold on, wait a second. I'm not quite Uncle Doug, but I'm your buddy. We're getting a little silly here. So I've got about another 9 minutes before I got to get back to finishing this video here. So let me try and offer some moderate. There we go. So the thing about intervals is that I'm going to give you a little extra meat for the bone. How's that? So for those of you that love the pentatonic, one of the things about intervals that will change the way you play the pentatonic forever, and this is going to be one of the things that's in this pentatonic course that I'm working on fastidiously, like, you know, about 5 days a week. I wake up at about 3 in the morning. I'm going through all sorts of crazy things like 1, 4, flat 7, flat 3, 5, 1, and flat 3, 5, 1, 4, flat 7, flat 3, and the idea of mapping these kind of neighbor tones, if you will, that sit on a fence line, if you will, as the upper part of pattern number 1 and the lower part of pattern number 2. And that these relationships actually repeat. And one of the other things that you've got is that if you can see where these octaves are, that's one of the other giveaways. That is to say, as we were kind of looking at these intervals like the fifth, where they sometimes skip strings, what you've got... So if establishing the tonality of G minor pentatonic, so there's your flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1, and flat 3. So it makes it kind of easy to go, hey, there's my flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1, flat 3. Guess what? Flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1, flat 3. Oh, wait a second. So we begin to see these patterns repeat over and over. However, the thing that I was going to actually talk about was this minor third, major third, perfect fourth, minor third, major third, perfect fourth, minor third, major third, perfect fourth. That's hiding inside, because the minor triad is what makes the minor pentatonic minor. That is, say, of the 5 notes, that 1 flat 3, 4 5 flat 7, 1 flat 3, 5. 3 of the 5 notes are the 1 flat 3 5, 1 flat 3 5, 1 flat 3 5. And if you can see that minor third and that major third perfect fourth, minor third, major third perfect fourth, that permeates all these patterns, all of a sudden you're going to go, all right, that's the flat 3. I guess that's going to be my major third. I guess that's the 5. That's going to be my perfect fourth. I guess that's the minor third. That's my major third right there. And then my perfect fourth, my minor third. So those are just all inside there. And the deal is, once you can lay your brain and your fingers on, oh, there's my 1 flat 3 5. Sorry, 1 flat 3 5, 1 flat 3 5, 1 flat 3. I'm going to play a flat 6. 1986 Charvel, come on. But the point being is that as you're looking about what I refer to as the sweet notes and the salty notes. And by the way, if you understand how intervallically they're functioning against the root, it gives you an idea of whether they're a tension note or resolution note. And as you work, now even though I'm going between the 5 and the flat 7, that flat 7, the overarching tonality is that. And the same thing with the flat 3. And the 5. Because they're part of the tonic triad. So as much as that's the home bass, that's the home chord. So as you've got these, sorry, so I'm playing intervals off of, leading from above. So I'm basically taking that little minor triad there, and I'm just going flat 3 1 4 1. Now you can play the 5 there, or I can play it there. A little frame by frame, but that way you can just get used to going to the 1 flat 3. Sorry, we're actually leading from the next interval up, or scale the number flat 3 1 4 1 flat 3. Sorry, flat 3 1 4 1 5 1 flat. That's the 4. Flat 3 1 4 1 5 1 4 1, and looping that. Then the same concept from the flat 3. So basically 4 flat 3, 5 flat 3, flat 7 flat 3. And then the same thing from the 5, where we're now go flat 7. And that just gets you used to finding the neighbor notes, but in an intervallic way, which is tied into that tonic chord. I'm going to hit the 6. Flat 6. Intervals are magic, magic. All right, look, I've got about a minute here before I got to get back to work. Been trying to learn triads. I'm a little confused, but I will get there. So do me a favor, Riley. First of all, I tell you what. 16th birthday. That's kind of a big deal. By the way, good morning, Michael Mitchell. How you doing, my friend? In honor of your 16th birthday, I'm going to give you a free guitar lesson because, gosh darn it, you're only 16 once and you're hanging out here and you just turned 16. So you know how to find me. So shoot me an email and we will find a time for you. I teach on Saturdays and Sundays. So you know what? We're going to hook a brother up. And so we will go over triads. We will actually talk about the modes that are the foundation from where triads come. That is to say, if I took that, and I got to get out of here in a hot second or else I'm going to be in awful lot of trouble. If I took that C major scale and I went C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and I took the first, the C, the third, the E, and the fifth, the G notes, that's where the triads come from. And if you kind of walk that down for the key of G major, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, you'd get G, B, D, A, C, E, B, D, F sharp, C, E, E, G, D, F sharp, A, E, G, B, F sharp, A, C, G, B, D, slightly out of tune. But that is the triad chord relay, and it's literally just taking the 1, 3, and 5 of the major scale, the 1 flat 3 of the Dorian, 1 flat 3 5 of Dorian, 1 flat 3 5 of Phrygian, 1 3 5 of Lydian, 1 3 5 of mixed Lydian, 1 flat 3 5 of minor, and 1 flat 3 flat 5 of Locrian, and 1 3 5. And that's literally it's coming straight out of those modes. And the thing about it, you can also use those. That little sucker. Okay, so look, I've got to get to work. I apologize for the short show. Not really how I like to do things, but I've got something that kind of is. Anil, I was thinking about you this week, my dear friend. Great to see you. I always loved that photo. Riley, you got it, my man. You hit me up. And gosh darn it, Sean, I did have the pink Strat out. There you go. Hang on a second. There you go. So pink Saturday to everybody. All right, look, Sonia, hey. By the way, look at that. So I must admit, I felt like the stupidest individual in the world because it took me way too long to figure out how to configure that thing with the axe effects. But I have done it, and it's going to be in the video that I've got to get back to work and finish. Headstock with great pleasure, my man. So in any case, Terry, hello. Good afternoon now, indeed. Thank you so much, Griffin. I really appreciate it. And I've missed you too. So as a starting place, just take a G major triad. And the notes are G, B, D. And kind of play with the neighbor notes. And after a while, you'll also begin to recognize the sounds of how those notes sit. In fact, for those of you that know how to play, that's a major. I like that. That's voiced 1 3 5. This is minor 1 flat 3 5. This is diminished 1 flat 3 flat 5. But if you take these guys, Oh, I'm sorry. Intervals are magic. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Chris, how'd the dive go? Chris's daughter was in a dive competition this morning. And how'd she do, Chris? I guess we don't have an answer. Hey, all right, ladies and gentlemen, much love. Again, my apologies for kind of having to jet out early today. I hope that interval stuff has been helpful. Again, just focus on these triads and just literally, if you can take the key of G, G, A, B, C, it's not F, C sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G on that string, and B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B on that string, and D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D. And let your ear really kind of hear. You'll find yourself when it goes to this chord. All right, everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll do my best to make it up next weekend. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Love you. Bye for now. Okay.